How much money you make last year in your online fitness business?
Grand total $470,000.
$470,000. You already passed that for this year, so you're gonna blow past it this year.
We on pace right now. We're at 430.
I got a special guest today. Those of y'all know I teach people how to grow their online fitness business, you know, because I was one of the forefathers. Like on the Mount Rushmore of online fitness, like I'm up there. I'm in George Washington's spot. I was one of the pioneers, one of the first motherfuckers doing it. Back in 2009, we had to invent that shit, you know, wasn't no Instagram, right? So, but now I made a few million, ran up some M's. Now I teach other people how to actually start their online fitness business. And a few years ago, I had a student. I'm on a sales call with him on Zoom, and he's out in Detroit, Michigan. And I was like, ooh, well, I guess this is just practice, because ain't nobody got money in Detroit except for like the Ford family. You know what I'm saying? Unless this Johnny Pontiac, I'm just getting reps in, right? But nah. He came through, man. I didn't notice till later. He emptied his bank account to join the program. He put it all on the line. He went all out. A few years later, fast forward, last year, he made $450,000 from online training. He fucking bought his mama a new fucking car, moved the hell out of Detroit. Now he lives in Miami. Let me introduce, man, the big homie, Cory Armstrong. What up, homie? Greetings. Welcome here. Yeah, man. So listen, man, it's exciting. You're the first time on the pod. You're the first student to come on the pod.
Word?
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Well, like you also built your social media up. I know what you're saying. How much money you make last year in your online fitness business?
Grand total $470,000.
$470,000. You already passed that for this year, so you're gonna blow past it this year.
We on pace right now. We're at 430. You know, with it being into October, I mean, bearing no catastrophe, right? Knock on wood, like I should pass into the 500.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. Shout out to you, brother.
Thank you.
Tell me what things were like before you joined HTT, because I want to talk about your whole journey,
right?
Becoming, you know what I'm saying, doing goddamn $500,000 a year from online training.
Yeah.
But it didn't start off like that.
It was not like this.
You was living in Detroit.
I didn't tell you this until recently, but before I joined the program, I actually had 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Damn. So I was a full-time personal trainer. I worked for myself. I did group fitness classes for like a
big box gym?
No, a small box gym. Studio gym. Black-owned studio.
Oh, man.
In downtown Detroit.
You was at Brother Fitness.
Basically. Yeah. Brother Fitness with bikes and shit, right? That plus, one of my clients actually owned a car part shipping company, and like he paid me some cash to like just drive car parts to like a nearby city, right? So I was hustling, doing that and doing those other 2 things. And at the time, man, I was just struggling to really like make ends meet.
Basically like living check to check.
I mean, yeah, like check to check, week to week, day to day. Like it was like sometimes I would literally go to a consultation with a client. Like, all right, so if I close this, then I'm gonna be able to like eat something.
Eat food.
Yeah.
It's like that. Nah, I've been there, man.
Hustle.
People you was training, I'm assuming it was like drug dealers' girlfriends who shits with like tattoos on their neck.
I mean, you gotta work with the guys,
it's
man.
Detroit. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you had to make the sale to eat food.
Yeah, it was like I had like literally like I'm gonna get groceries off this sale. I gotta make it, or like rent's coming up in like a week. I gotta make sure I close some deals this week to make it happen.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know this, man. It's difficult to make a lot of money as an in-person trainer.
It is, even though you charge like a good hourly rate, so to speak. It's few and far between, unless you really have nailed down your marketing to where you have an influx of leads. Yeah, I didn't have that yet. I had some prior training in sales because I used to sell gym memberships. I don't know if I told you that.
Okay.
For LA Fitness before I even went on my own. So I knew how to sell. Like I knew if I got people in front of me, like I could say, hey, like let's take the next step. But it was like how to do that at a massive scale.
How to have a business behind that skill set.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was hustling, but like to my credit, like I was making it work. You know what I mean?
You was saying lies.
Yeah. Like I had a roof over my head. I had my own vehicle. I had my own everything. Yeah. It's just like it was a lot of work to make sure that I sustained it.
And what made you decide you wanted to join my program, or even had the interest in going online?
So before I even looked at HTT, I had already bought some other shit from you.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was some other like business marketing stuff, but I never even told you this. What got me initially interested in like even buying the first like marketing and sort of like business shit that you had was my belief was changed about online fitness. Long story short, somebody I knew from the gym who knew that I was like working like full time doing it, who used to know me when I was like actually selling gym memberships. He's like, bro, how's the business going? I was like, it's going all right, you know what I mean? But I wish I could just like get more clients. And then he was like, bro, you ever thought about taking your business online? I was like, what do you mean? And it turns out there's this girl who lives here now in Miami who used to live in Detroit too.
Okay.
She built a 7-figure business doing some other shit, but at the time she was doing online fitness.
Okay, got it.
I'm saying I ain't gonna name drop.
Yeah,
like it's somebody you know. I'm gonna tell you after. But
okay.
Basically, he name dropped her. I'm like,
Keisha? No, I'm fine.
I'm like, who the fuck is that? Because her name sounded like lotion, and I was like, who the fuck is that, right? And he was like, no, this is her Instagram. And so it was like he was like showing me the thing. Somebody that go to the same gym as us, and he was like, yo, she making 6 figures online. I said, bro, how? And he was like, I don't know, man, but it's like the online fitness thing. Like, you should look into it. And so literally, Google must have been listening or something must have aligned, because the next week I saw you selling influencer domination.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, counters.
Yeah. So then I started with that.
Oh, you started with that program. That was just how to build your following.
That was just how to build your following. Because I was like, shit, well, if online fitness is the thing, I already fuck with Brandon. I already fuck with...
Oh, because you was already a fan.
I was already a fan.
Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, that's...
Like you said, you wanted the forefathers, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Shout out to some of the other homies I was watching at the time.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean? But I was watching, you know, a lot of your content already. And truth be told, I was already a good trainer. Like I had a good reputation in Detroit for getting results, but it was like a lot of what I learned was just some of the principles that you was teaching. So that's what I was giving to the client. So I was like, oh yeah, I know his information is good. This is a layup. Let me buy this shit. So I bought it, and just some simple principles that I was applying from that, it started to build my social media presence to where some personal training clients started trickling.
Okay.
So then I started to connect the dots. I bought the next thing. I think the next thing was Fit Coach U.
Yeah, we had that. We did that program first.
I called them motherfuckers and told them, like, open it up for me, because it was closed at first.
Yeah, we closed it.
Yeah. And why did y'all close it?
Man, you know, when I started that, it was some business partners.
Oh.
You know, and then we just stopped working together with that. And I was like, you know what? I can make it better. And that's why I came with HTT. I was like, I think I could do it better.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was just kind of like a course, like guidance. Like these are the
exactly.
things.
Like I didn't want to sell a course on business, because it's like you can go through a course, but you don't have guidance.
Exactly.
I was like, I want to do something where we actually really help them and we can talk to the people and see what they're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what I picked up from HTT. Like the way it was set up, it was like, all right, so this is Fit Coach U, and then at the end it's like, okay, so if you want to take the next step, HTT. And I was like, what is that? Right. So then I hit up the team, you know, who sold me the last thing. I'm like, hey bro, how do I get into HTT? He's like, yo, I'll get you on the phone with Brandon.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. And that's what I call it. You can tell me this till like last year, but that was you said you emptied your bank account.
Yeah. So basically at that time, you know, like I kind of just laid out my situation. You know, I was hustling, you know, day to day, and I only had a few hundred. I think I had like $500 or something in savings. You know, that didn't even cover the program, but it was kind of like just a deposit to like start. But for me, it was a no-brainer, because I didn't have a lack of belief in myself. Like I knew I could make it happen. I just needed the roadmap.
Yeah,
I needed the game plan. And so it was like, I think that's one thing I can say to any of the guys listening that want to make something of themselves. It's like, you really gotta fuck with yourself, like personally. Like you gotta believe so much in yourself that you cast out doubt, and that's gonna be the thing that leads you to be able to see the opportunities in front of you. Because a lot of people will let the fear of spending their last, you know, money stop them.
You gotta have a lot of confidence in yourself.
Yeah. But I knew, like, yo, if I just get the roadmap, I can make this shit happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just give me the ball, put me in the game, coach. I got it.
Self-belief, you know what I'm saying? But then having like a team behind you, we do our best to really coach people and give them guidance, you know?
Bro, like, so another thing I never told you. So once I joined, like, it was crazy because the way we said it, I don't even know if you remember what you told me. You was like, look, man, the price is this or whatever it was at the time. I don't even remember, but it was like, I'll let you start with a deposit, whatever you can do, right? So then I gave you my last 500, and then you was like, all right, I'm gonna let you use the system to pay me back. You said that shit on the call, like, all right, so you're gonna pay me back with my system. That's how much you believed in it.
You gotta have a lot of belief in yourself too, because we also had like the money back guarantee, right? So it's like, hey man, if you don't make it, we'll give it to you. But you know, we believe in the system, right? As well,
So initially, I just hustled and paid that back to you within the first like 8 weeks or something. So I got the money quick, but then after that, I started chilling. I started chilling. Yeah, I started chilling because you got to mind you, I got 3 jobs. This is my 4th one now.
Right.
So mentally, like, there's sort of this block in like all the things that I'm committing my time to. And right now, personal training is making more money than online coaching.
Right.
So initially, I make all the money back quick, and then I start chilling. And then I ended up having a conversation with one of the coaches. I think Obi was doing it at the time. Yeah, he still work with us. That's no man. Shout out to Obi, man. Shout out to the Nomad. We were talking, and I was telling him, I was like, bro, like, I feel like I'm doing everything, but my income isn't growing. I don't know what's going on. And he legit held me accountable. He's like, look, I want you to track what you do for the next month, right? And I want you to basically get like a calendar, and on the calendar, you know, every day that you do like all these 5 things you're supposed to do in the system, you get yourself a check mark. All right. And then every day you don't do what you're supposed to do, you get yourself a sad face. And that's the day you played yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to touch base in another month, and we're going to see if you're really doing everything every day, or if you're just doing it when you feel.
Because you can think you're doing every day, but you know from coaching people, once they start tracking, it like blows their mind how much they've been fucking up, you know?
It increases their awareness. And that awareness, you know, gives them the understanding, that gives them the power to actually change it.
Yeah, that's why I'm so big on like tracking shit, because it's like, otherwise you're just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the information in your head. All right.
I started tracking so much. Like, I track everything now. It's crazy.
So you got to do it, man. You want to win. If you want to succeed. All right. So what was the result of that after?
So what happened next was, bro, I just really got the data to understand why I was at where I was at, and then change it. So I saw the month, I saw a bunch of sad faces, right? And so I was pissed, because it was like, okay, it wasn't the worst. Right. Like, I had maybe 25 days of checks, and then maybe like 5 sad faces. But that fucked with me, because I thought I was maxed out.
I was on point.
And
start tracking shit.
So then here's the key thing. Another thing we learned in the system is like, you put everything in your calendar. Right. I was already on the calendar shit. You taught me the importance of it within a business context to take it to another level. So like, what I started to do was look on those days I had sad faces. And see like, what the fuck was I doing?
What was happening that day?
What type of shit I was on? And it became very clear, like, every day there was a sad face. I was dating this girl at the time. And then was days that we was hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this bitch is fucking up my life, fucking up your life. So I got rid of her.
Hey, come on, man, let's go.
So then, you know, I dumped her. I got rid of her instantly. And then after that, the next month, it was just all checks.
What was your income like at the next?
So COVID happened that next month too. That's right. Like 2020, everything was closed. So all my incomes got shut off
immediately,
overnight, except the online coaching. Like, I had some other shit with the car parts thing, the license. My license got taken a few months before that. I didn't even tell you this. I had a bunch of tickets that I never paid, and they turned into warrants. And I got pulled over, and I went to jail. For like 2 minutes. Like, I had the cash to bail myself out, but they had to take me in because I had these warrants from tickets I never paid. Tickets, dumb shit, right? It wasn't even like manslaughter, no gangster shit. Like,
you ain't even shoot nobody.
I ain't even shoot I ain't got no cool rap story, y'all. You know what I'm saying? My shit is like, I ran a yellow light and they said it was red, and I never paid it, so it turned into a warrant. It's some dumb shit, right? But it got to that point because I just didn't have my money on point. If I had the money, I would have been paid it, but I didn't have it because I was scrounging, hustling.
Yeah.
So that happens. My license gets taken. I got to pay these court fees. I got to pay all this stuff. Then everything gets shut down.
Okay.
So now I got one income, online coaching. So now I got to make it happen.
Good thing you had online coaching.
Billing.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So I think at the time, like the most I had made in a month was like maybe 2 to 3K. Nothing crazy. That month I made 5. And then it was like 5. Again, through this tracking system, I found out, because I had got a new girlfriend, had to get rid of her. I saw that data. Yep.
You like that?
And then that month I did 10.
Come on, man.
And then it's 10K every single month. Every month beyond that, it's been higher and higher. It's never been below 10K.
What's your record month? It's 60, right?
55.
55, right?
Close.
Just under. We're gonna
keep saying that because I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. How's your life changed from going from like not having enough money to pay your fucking tickets, wondering if you're gonna eat food today, to now you're making, you know, anywhere between 40 and 50K a month now?
Yeah, I mean, it's drastically different. Like, I you know, you kind of mentioned it earlier. I don't live there no more. I don't live in Detroit anymore. I moved across the country to where I wanted to move, right? Like, it wasn't like I was forced here or I had to move here work for it. No, I just said, you know what? I feel like I've outgrown Detroit. Because it got to a point, bro, like where that first year I made the 6 figures. With
First year you made 6 figures.
6 figures with online training. I knew that I made the most money as one guy in fitness in Detroit.
Wow.
Because I was connected with all the other trainers and coaches and guys doing things. And I was just looking around at my contemporaries and people that I was cool with, my associates. I was like, man, I'm the big homie. And
That's kind of scary, right?
It's very
When you were your richest friend, I remember being there.
When did you get there? Like, when did it happen?
Yeah, you know, it was like in the teens. When I say the teens, not my teens, but like, I don't know what you call it after the 2000s to the, like, I don't know what you call that period.
Were you making 5-figure months?
Yeah, it's probably like around, if I had to get, probably around 2011, 2012. I felt like that. You know what I'm saying? And but then I met some friends who humbled, like, oh, I'm not the richest one in the world, which is good though, because you can learn from them people.
Exactly.
So I had mentors. I had met Elliot Host. Okay. He became like a mentor, and then I met other people and other stuff. Yeah. So that's why you decided to move.
That was a big thing.
I remember that post where you bought your mom that car.
That was crazy, because literally, like, while all this was going on, like, my mom was kind of going through like her own thing with her past relationship. It just didn't work out with her and the other dude she was with, and he kind of left her with nothing, because she was living with him, and then she moved out and she kind of didn't have much, nothing. And it got so bad that like her old car broke down. He bought her a car and then took it.
Took the car back.
She didn't have no wheels. She didn't have nothing. And so then, like, you know, because I was grinding through that time period when that was going on, working, you know, through my online coaching business, building it up, you know, building past 6 figures, you know, I get myself completely out of debt and I pay off all that stuff, and I'm in a good place. So I buy my own car, and then I see my mom. She's like, man, like, I really need something. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got you. That's what I'm talking about, saying, don't worry about it. I got you. And I bought it cash, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a thing. So she just wouldn't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure that meant a lot to her.
It was kind of like the passing of the torch, so to speak, man, because in the dynamic in my family, I ain't never met my father before. So it's kind of like my mom was both of those roles initially. And then, like, you know, at some point, you know, I sort of come into my own. I start my own path. I'm like the man of the house, but like not quite until I prove it. But when that happened, I could see she started to just respond differently. She started to look up to me and start asking me for advice. And whenever she's in trouble, she comes to me and I can handle that for her.
That's a beautiful thing, man. It is. You know, because it's like everybody, you know, it's cool to make money is dope, right? But it's what you can do for your family.
My family is like, it's been nothing but like just tragedy, really. Because like, before her, my grandmother was, she was a drug addict, and she passed away like when I was 17, so she was like 50 something. And so like my mom never knew like her parents, because she was adopted. So it's like all of these generational curses, so to speak, you know, sort of like that have led up to me. I now have the opportunity to change the dynamic of the family, you know. So my whole mission and purpose is to create sort of a future, you know, and a foundation for this family going forward to be able to like flourish and have abundance and have all these things. And this is kind of the gateway.
It's been the vehicle for you to do
that.
That's a beautiful thing, man. But also, it's like all the people you've helped.
Yeah.
Like, so some people think, especially when they are trainers, they think, man, how can you get people results online?
Better results.
I
was just telling somebody the other day, you know, I get on these consultation calls, right? I don't work with everybody that I talk to. But there was a shorty from the Bronx who wanted to work with me, and we were talking, and she was like, yeah, I think I might need a, you know, in-person trainer. And I was telling her that's cool, you know, but I was like, I would never do that. Like, I quit that. Mm-hmm. And she's like, why did you quit it? I was like, because an in-person trainer really only tells you what to do, but an online coach teach you why you're doing it and go deeper on the, you know, ins and outs of the nutrition and really just hold you accountable at a whole other level that an in-person trainer just can't.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like, I've been able to get people better results because I'm focused on the diet, I'm focused on nutrition. We have mindset calls, you know, where we're talking one-on-one. Hey, you know, where's your head at? What's your intents for the day? You know, what's been holding you back? And we actually game plan around how to make their life better.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want fucking diet and exercise, man. They want their life back.
They want what it would do for them.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you said the diet, because that's the main thing, you know, me, I remember when I was training people in the gym, it was like, I was only with them for an hour a day.
That's all you got.
But they got 23 other hours to really fuck up everything, right? So I'm supposed to fix them for an hour a day, 3 times a week, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's 168 hours in a week.
So
I'm going to take 3 of them and fix this motherfucker's life. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, if I can just figure out a way to track their diet and keep them accountable, then I would win. Because you can't out-train a bad diet, but you can out-diet bad training.
That's fact.
So when people say, oh, man, what about the form? You can't correct their form. Like, yo, man, these motherfuckers ain't trying to be Ronnie Coleman. They're just guys who want to get in shape. Guys and girls who want to get in shape.
And to be honest, like, if you was right there with them, what else would you tell them? You just say, oh, adjust your body like this, do this. You can do that in the video.
Yeah.
You're going to say the same shit in the video.
Say the same shit, you know. But once I figured out how to track their diet, and that's what you do, right? Basically, we see our clients diet every day. It's exactly what they ate. When we have them track it and with the app that syncs up, that's where the fucking real progress comes, because they never had nobody keeping them accountable for their diet. But they know they got to answer to you every day, and they can't lie because they can only lie for a week until they have to post their fucking until the next check-in. You know, when you have to see how much they weigh, then you know if they're lying or not.
What I've learned is they appreciate that more than just you know, hour of sweating or whatever, because it's like, you know, nobody else is checking on that side of their lives. Nobody in their lives, especially if you're working with, like, because the thing is with online coaching, it's like you get to pick who you work with, right? So what I work with specifically, like, you know, men, like guys who are like leaders in different aspects of their life. And so for these guys specifically, like, they need somebody to come in.
Because everyone's scared to talk to them.
Everybody's scared to talk to them. So it's kind of like you sort of carve out this place in their lives where you give them something no one else can give.
Yeah.
Now they can't commoditize you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why trainers fucking get put in this box where they're disposable, because anybody can work you out for an hour and everything works. Every diet plan, every workout plan works. It's as long as you follow it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right, but we make sure they follow it. When I was an in-person trainer, I wasn't hitting my clients up every day.
Because you ain't had the time.
And what the fuck I'm gonna say? Yeah. Right? Hey, make sure you watch your diet today. With online training, we can see what they did. Yes.
Where's your food?
We can see their diet. We can see that they log their diet, their workouts. We can see what they did. So I hit my clients up every day, and I'm like, yo, man, good job, man. I like what you did yesterday. You hit just maybe try to get less of this. Or
how do they respond?
Yeah. Oh, man, thank you, man. That's what's up, man. You know, especially if you encourage them. And they start the day off with that positivity. That's attached to you, right? And that's how you retain them. Or if they fucking up, like, yo, man, bro, what happened yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, how do we get back on track? You know what I'm saying? What could we do yesterday to make sure that happen? How can I help you? How can I assist you? They ain't got nobody doing that for them.
Nobody.
And even those leaders, they afraid their employees and stuff or they're the man, they're the big homie. Nobody's gonna tell them. But even if you're not that kind of person, nobody's gonna tell their friends or their family members, hey, you getting kind of fat, you need to watch what you eat. If anything, them motherfuckers will be like, oh, you can relax. You eat
the way you are.
Oh, you're good, man. You know, everything in moderation. Eat some of this. Yeah, man.
You deserve it.
You can have just one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, get to the spot. It's all good. It's okay, man. You work hard. You can have a little bit.
That's why these motherfuckers be big as hell.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listening to your friends and family keeping you big as hell, man. That's what's up, man. Make sure y'all follow Cory online. Yo, if
Appreciate
y'all want to
it.
learn more about online training, in the description there's a free guide called the 10 Commandments of Online Training. It's 100% free, and it's going to give you the breakdown. But what's cool about this ebook is it's interactive, right? So in each like commandment, which is like a lesson on online training, something you need to know. But once you read the commandment, then I tell a story of one of my students, Cory. Cory's in there too, about how they implemented this particular strategy, right? And how they were able to build a successful online fitness business because of it. It's gonna give you that game. The link is in the description. Make sure you check that out.